The guy 𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗡𝗘𝗥.com. Welcome back to Holy's Corner, weekly hip hop show. We just talk about the cool shit that happened that week during hip hop. I got a podcast that we call a couple cast because it is a couple cast that I do with my fiance, and we talk about a lot of topics. But the topics that don't get covered over there, I'm gonna cover over here because I'm a strictly hip hop nigga. You know what I'm saying? And people come here because they can get it, the raw opinions of a master of this shit. So, RJ Payne working with Dr. Dre, according to allhiphop.com. Ice-T told them he's going to get RJ in the studio with Dre. RJ is also one of Dre's favorite rappers, according to Ice-T. Yo, if y'all don't know, man, RJ Payne was originally Rain Man from Philly. He built his career up on the independent side. Then he hooked up with Benny from Griselda. He was signed to BSF, or wasn't signed. He was just down with BSF. Moved from that situation back independent. Eminem and Lil Wayne start, talking about him, so he ran with that for a second. And now he about to work with Dre. I'm going to just say this. If Payne worked with Dre, he could be out of here. Like, I never saw this trajectory for RJ Payne, but RJ Payne, where he at right now, artistically and just fan favorite wise, especially like, all the old industry niggas, they fuck with RJ Payne. So if he get in the studio with Dr. Dre, it could be a problem. He could become borderline mainstream. He could become borderline mainstream. But you know the way these things go with Dre. Dre is he not like a fickle nigga. He just a vibey nigga. So Dre will say I'm doing this, but be doing this and this. But that lead me into the next topic, which is Dre planning that aftermath takeover. I'm leaving that in. This hip hop nigga. According to 𝗛𝒊𝒑. So 𝗛𝒊𝒑 says it's an aftermath takeover for the end of the year. He says Snoop is coming November 12th with his album Algorithm. Exhibit is coming sometime. He not Aftermath, but he Aftermath affiliate. I mean, Snoop ain't Aftermath either. So he say Mount Westmore, which is Snoop, E40, Too Short, and Ice Cube. They dropping their album supposedly before the beginning of the year. That's what he was implying. And the Kendrick album also before the end of the year. So this is what I'm gonna say about that. Never underestimate the power of Dr. Dre, dog. Dre like a fucking god that just sit on a mountain that just like whenever he wants shit to move, he just be like, let it be. And the shit just moves. Like all these niggas doing a halftime show together, mind you, and Eminem make music at a crazy rate. He might pop out too. So it might be Dre, Snoop, Exhibit. Is looking like another 𝗔𝒍𝒻 tour or something like that to me. If it come back that it is, you heard it here first. It's looking like another. See, there's a reason they doing the halftime show together. Like they could have did it. Like the fact that they marketed it together. Like it could have been Dr. Dre and friends, and then we know it's Snoop Dogg, Eminem, or it could have been Eminem and Dre. It could have been marketed like, but they letting us know everybody who's on it, and they all just happen to be dropping music too. Eminem, I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped music. So I'm saying it's looking like another 𝗔𝒍𝒻 tour, especially when you just put Exhibit in the mix for no reason. You know what I mean? 𝗛𝒊𝒑 said Exhibit to drop a new album too before the beginning of the new year. So what I'm saying is it could be a complete aftermath takeover. And if you remember when Kanye did that little thing where he was on a 7-song run with all his artists, if Dre do some shit like that, trust me, it's going to be even more monumental than that shit was. You get what I'm saying? Dre is a mastermind. So just know it's coming. I said it first. I'm talking about not the news I'm talking about the 𝗔𝒍𝒻 new tour. They doing something together, dog. Trust me, they doing something together. If they not doing nothing, I would be very surprised. New music. So we can get into the new music segment. Don Q dropped some new music that's fire. I don't know if y'all fuck with Don Q like that, but because Don Q is like, not only is he an acquired taste, but he also just a rapper's rapper. So he kind of like, he kind of like going the Vado lane, where they be trying to be like new school, but they like kind of old school at heart. You know what I mean? But his new shit, True King, from his new album, this shit sound like an ad, right? Like he paid me to do it. He didn't. But he can. From his album Double or Nothing. True King is a dope ass song. I suggest you go watch it. He also went to Flex. I didn't watch that yet, but his last Flex was cool. Gucci Mane dropped. So Icy Boys, Young Thug dropped Pink, and New Mac Miller, he just dropped Faces. So New Mac Miller album is out there. Joyner Lucas feels bad for his KRS-One slander. Now this was interesting to me because he's been going hard with this KRS-One shit for years, even before people picked it up. So if you're not familiar with the story, KRS-One supposedly took $60,000 from Joyner Lucas, didn't do some work that she was supposed to do according to Joyner Lucas. She said she did, and it possibly just didn't work. KRS-One is it's hard to say what she is. She don't even know what she is. She's a fucking media mogul or some shit, right? That got music industry ties. So, and he was mad about that, even though he made it. You know, he got 1 billion streams on YouTube and shit like that. He still was feeling some type of way about it. So he aired it out, and he aired it out in a way where he seemed convincing. But now he just come back and saying he feel bad for KRS-One after the, you know, his slander, because he talked to her, and he was talking to Rosenberg and Ebro on Hot 97, and this is the only time I probably shout them out. He was talking to Ebro and Rosenberg on Hot 97. Now they cool, and he was saying, man, after talking to her, I feel bad for even going there. He was saying, like, you know, maybe, which is what I was saying in the first place. I was saying maybe Joyner Lucas just didn't know the game at all, because he sent a person $60,000 at one time that he never met in his life. I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? So it was some negligence on his part, but he was saying on her part, she just was in over her head. So it was just interesting that he doubled back and was like, man, KRS-One was cool. You know what I mean? So it looked like that worked out. KRS-One was supposed to drop a podcast talking about all this shit. She being sued. She going through a lot right now. But, you know, not saying KRS-One, but when you leave a trail of nastiness, that shit always catch up to you. It's you could never guess when. It'll probably be when you think the shit is going to bubble the most to come back. But, nah, it goes. So that was interesting to me. And then 𝗏𝗏, man. 𝗏𝗏 dropped the video of the year. We did it on 𝗔𝗎ly.com. We did an article on it. I feel like it's the not the song of the year, but definitely the video of the year. The song is hard, but it's 𝗏𝗏, Lil Durk, 21 Savage, 𝗔𝗎𝒄. Now I know a lot of people that fuck with old school shit, because a lot of people that fuck with me for takes on, you know, real shit, or people that fuck with me for takes on older rap and shit like that. But I'm not no old nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I fuck with 21. 21 had the second best album of 2020 to me, besides Conway album, From King to a God. 2021, I fuck with a lot of new rapper shit that came out. I think 𝗔𝗎𝒄 is possibly the MVP of the year. So my shit is always going to be mixed. I'm not going to be on one side or the other. I don't just say niggas is, just because niggas is 25 that they trash. And I don't say just because niggas is 50 that they all that. You get what I'm saying? And that lead me to my last take. Since this wasn't even on here, mind you, this is the paper. That was it, and all the 𝗏𝒑 shit. But I'm gonna give my deep analysis on the Kane versus KRS shit. Right? I got like 1 minute to do this, so it's not gonna really be deep. Like I said on a couple casts, I don't see a world where Kane beats KRS-One. KRS-One can beat anybody in the VERZUZ if we talking about hip-hop. And I don't give a fuck who we talking about. Because when you think about his sound and what he means to the game, and when I say his sound, I mean he has the most boom bap production of anybody. I don't give a fuck if you're talking about Out of Here. I don't give a fuck if you're talking about Sound of the Police. I don't give a fuck if you're talking about My Philosophy. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. He seems to pick production that's like the most hip hop. Even Step Into a World. Oh my gosh. So I don't see a world where Kane wins, but since it's going down on Sunday, I got to talk about it now because next time, you know, this is my official prediction. I'm predicting 12-2. If they do 20 rounds, you know they've been doing funny shit lately. So 12-2 KRS or 13-3 KRS. Big Daddy Kane is that nigga. I don't want this to be understated. Big Daddy Kane is that nigga. But like a lot of people been catching on to, VERZUZ is about nostalgia. And you can't take back that South Bronx. You listen. You can't take the nostalgia off that. Like, you cannot. Kane shit would sound dated way before KRS-One shit sound dated. Because KRS-One shit, no disrespect, is just more pure hip-hop. The essence of what we be talking about as hip-hop. You get what I'm saying? Like, when niggas hear that Run DMC shit and niggas like, you know, that the shit that the white boys really fuck with. Like, they seem to gravitate more towards the strictly boom bap. I'm talking about that nigga is KRS-One is boom bap, bro. Like, not even the producers, because it'd be different producers. KRS-One is boom bap, bro. Every beat he ever uses boom bap. So I'm saying this is themed as an 80s, and I'm going over time, but fuck it. This is themed as an 80s, like, face-off for like the 80s, late 80s, right? So when we think about that time, KRS-One just got more of the sound. That's all I'm saying. But Kane got some shit. It ain't gonna be no. It's certain shit that Kane got that it ain't no coming back for. Like, it ain't like you just gotta give him the round. You know what I mean? There's certain shit that he got that's especially if he I think it's a Big Daddy thing with like 10 records. Excuse me, I said it's a Big Daddy thing. I meant to say Long Live the King. His debut album, I actually posted about it as one of the top debut albums ever, top 10 debut albums ever, Long Live the King. That's the one that had Raw, Set It Off. It had Ain't No Half Stepping on there. So that's the one I was actually talking about. That's the one that's 10 records. That's a classic album. All 10 of them records was ridiculous. But if you play anything off of there, especially the singles, it's hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to beat. Warm It Up, it's hard to beat. Like, it's too much. He got a lot. But KRS-One, the sound is just, you know what I'm saying? But what will be interesting is, I want to see if Kane plays freestyle with Biggie and Pop, because that'd be a big moment. These the haymakers Kane, not the haymakers, but the fucking, the special punches that he could throw. He could play the Kane. He could play the shit with whatchamacallit. The shit with Biggie and Pop, right? The freestyle when they was on his tour. He could flex and he could play Jay-Z rapping off of Young Black and Gifted. Oh man, I don't know. He could dance. You know what I'm saying? He could fucking dance it like. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I got KRS-One 12-2 to 13-3. We'll see how it go. This has been 13 minutes. This is not what we do. This is way too long. I'm out of here. I love y'all. See y'all next time. Y'all can tell me what y'all want to see me talk about. Like, I'll never go old school and I'll never go new school. I'm always true school. Whatever is hip-hop is hip-hop. And that's what I love. So that's what I project. But if you got something you specifically want me to talk about, give my opinion on, my expert opinion on, then get with me. Like, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. We can rap about it. You know what I mean? I ain't you know, this is a two-way street right here. So that's it, man. I'm out here. This video is way too long. You know how long big files, like how big long files be? Like, that shit is a. But I'm out here.
From dope money to rap money, back to dope money to job money, cause slow money beating no money. Nigga, fuck the block money, I'm fucking with stock. Hold up, holy, holy, holy. Dream team come and shop with us. That paper short, then we gon' mop niggas. You try to run, I turn them retros to Crocs, nigga. Big dog, you know that shit be fitting small at the big and tall. I take a bitch to the Slauson like you could holy bag. Wody, it was written in the Zodiac. Ask your favorite rapper, did they ever get they rolly back? Whoa, niggas see me face to face, they shit changed now. Thought it was up and it was stuck, fuck it came down.